of the winner of this winner. The winner of this winner. That really makes sense. Anyway, there we go. So we have Sleep, former member of Slayers, as well as I am. The Korean player is spawning at the bottom left corner as the red Zerg player.
His opponent's going to be eSahara.Satiini, the orange Terran in the top right, and we're going to be kicking off this series on Shakuras Plateau.
Exactly. Now we have cross position, so that means no close spawn. Well, I mean, it's pretty nice that you can put your hatchery down anywhere you want, actually, basically. And we're probably gonna see a fast hatchery going down, which is very standard against Terran. Let's take a look what Terran is gonna do, which is one of the builds which is very common: a reactor Hellion or something else.
Yeah.
Oh, we see a supply depot going down at the natural.
We might be seeing some kind of very, very fast command center play. You can see though, he's actually bringing back his SCV to the top. This is actually really cool planning for the future, because he can easily try and just wall us off without too much difficulty, because the supply depot is already in play for later on. But he is getting down his refinery. So probably will be going for some kind of reactor Hellion expansion. That's the most common build in TVZ when you go for that gas.
Yeah, however, one thing which really strikes me as odd is, why does he have a supply depot way at the bottom and then taking the gas, as well as building your racks at the top of your ramp? I mean, I don't see the...
It's probably so he can wall it off a lot easier later on with fewer buildings. If he wants to get that fast command center, he can just lift off the barracks. He has one section of it already locked down, and then he just needs probably one more supply depot and one more barracks to go ahead and wall it off. You can see how he's continuing to wall off with that supply depot already, and it shows a very, very strong transition into that expansion without needing to worry too much about defense.
Why doesn't he just build his racks immediately here then? I mean...
that one, I'm not quite sure. I'm just trying to think.
That's what I'm talking about, you know. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, I'm pretty sure he has a solid game plan. So we see the hatchery is down here, and the pool is halfway done, over halfway, actually.
Yeah. So, Sleep's going for just a pretty standard build for the Zerg stuff to do. He'll be able to get a fairly quick metabolic boost after the expansion, just with this kind of style. So it's nice to see that he's not going to be too far delayed in that speed. It'll help him a lot against the reactor Hellions that are going to be coming up his door.
Yes. At the same time, we see a reactor Hellion here coming up, as I have mentioned before. Now, once again, this is a very standard opening by Terran. The placement is kind of different, so to speak. But regardless, he's still going to go for an expand after his reactor. So that is very standard. Everything very common is standard and normal so far. Two queens coming up, a spine crawler going up as well.
Yep, so everything's looking pretty standard from both these players. Nothing crazy is happening right now. I do like seeing the command center and everything built at the bottom. This is an interesting just choice of where to put the buildings. I'm surprised Satiini isn't lifting off his barracks and just bringing it down to help with his wall. I'm going to be expecting that to happen fairly soon.
He might be putting there some bunkers and some other stuff, but we're going to see. Anyway, we do have some Hellions on the battlefield right now. They're going to take control of the top zone iron tower. We also have some Marine at the bottom zone iron tower, meaning that he has complete map control. One link is being taken out there.
Yeah, so, but the one spawn call should be more than enough to prevent these Hellions from coming up the ramp. You can even see that Satiini's not even bothered going up the ramp quite yet. He's going to move forward, see that, and just completely retreat. He's confirmed the expansion as completely defended. I'll probably just stick around and try and delay some of the creep spread.
Yes, whereas Satiini is just waiting for his 4 Hellions. Now, actually, he could do a run by from here on, but he is just going to try and play it safe. He doesn't know how many units there are up there, and to be honest, there are no units up there. But Satiini is just trying to play it really safe. One link trying to get passed by, but that gets burned down to crisps. Another link, another attempt to pass by, and that is not going to work as well.
We have another command center being thrown down by Satini inside his
Oh my
main
god.
base while he's working on a tech lab on his factory and getting out another Rax.
Satini playing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually completing his wall with supply depot along with that bunker, so he's completely walled
I
off
was
in the front
right.
now.
Yes, exactly. I know that's what I meant. Of course, the bunker and the supply depots. It's pretty standard. However, it doesn't really matter. Oh, he's playing really greedy. He's taking another command center right now. Now that could really pay off for him. Not to place his command center somewhere as of yet. He could use to make more SCVs and to utilize as well the mules as well
We have a
before
run
he
by
places.
with these Hellions into the natural expansion, killing a lot of those drones. This is not going to be very good for Sleep. He's killed quite a few drones with these Hellions. You can see almost everyone from the natural has been taken out, and now those Hellions will get a nice scout. They'll see the lack of lair tech, while those roaches and lings are going to go right up to the front, but there are a lot of SCVs there to go ahead and repair.
At the same time, we see a counterattack here. A lot of roaches coming, but guess what? The bunker is up. There is a tank, so this will be repelled pretty easily. Now, that is what I meant. I mean, one Spy Caller is enough for 2 Hellions, but 4 Hellions are definitely going to run by it pretty easily. That's what he did, and so did a lot of damage. Now, guys, another note which you have to take into account, there is a latency issue if you're playing from Korea, which Sleep is basically doing here. So, the current supply is equal, but if you look at the income harvester tab, we actually have 41 for the Terran, or 38 for the Zerg player, and we're going to see Banelings coming up as well.
Yeah, this is a rather vulnerable wall to those banelings, but at the same time, that means that those banelings are going to be exploding on buildings and not marines. So it's a tricky balance if Sleep's going to try and go for some kind of ban bust, but he's getting a lot of drones. So I think he's going to just try and go into the mid-game at a fairly normal pace, but he's going to start needing to get that third. His lair tech is almost done. He's still droning up quite well, but Satini has a 1-worker lead right now, but that's going to change about half a second once those other guys start building.
Yes, and the thing is, Satini right now has 3 command centers, meaning that he can pump up those mules from 3 command centers. So that will just increase his economy that much more. And we're going to see a starboard here coming up. At the same time, we see a spire go up by the Zerg player Sleep here, the Korean player. And yeah, that spire is definitely very, very nice. I mean, you need that spire to pick off those tanks and to do some damage, contain your opponent, which a Zerg player usually wants to do. We see the third of a Zerg player going down as well.
Yeah, but now whenever Terran gets a faster third than a Zerg, that is not good. That is, in fact, bad news bears, you might just want to qualify it as. But the engineering bay is out, turrets are going to be out fairly soon. But if you look at the vision for Satini, he has not seen the Spire. He's not ready for it quite yet, but he has a lot of units, and he should be expecting some kind of lair tech. He hasn't seen infestors, so logically he should be able to deduce that we're going to be seeing mutas.
Yes, usually by the time mutas come out, you will be making turrets, and that is exactly what Satini is doing. So Satini has a pretty nice timing on that, really. I mean, that is exactly now when it's going to happen. You know, that those Spire and those mutas usually get delayed when you've done a little bit of damage. And that's exactly what Satini did. Now we're going to see the third is going to be taken out here, it seems.
Yeah,
No units as of yet.
I don't think Sleep has enough units to really be able to defend against this. He's going to lose a couple overlords to those marines. Like, you see the cancellation on that hatchery, and Satini's got a very nice position on those siege tanks and everything. 7 mutas are on the way, but that's a lot of resources tanked up and not taken up by
Oh my god! There he comes. 3 tanks are doing immense amounts of damage here to the units here, and a lot of links taking out some marines as well. But that's not going to be enough to deal with this force.
Yeah, but the thing to note, though, is that Sleep has that +1 carry base, and there's no attack upgrades for those tanks yet. You can see that the armory is being built, and double engineering bay is out, so a lot of upgrades are going to start coming down, and turrets were made by Satini.
Oh my god! He's just letting that tank die. 1 tank gets picked off like that. Oh my god, that was terrible. Now, this is really smart by Sleep. I mean, he has 1+1 in carapace, which basically means that the tanks will not one-shot the lings. They will not die instantaneously, which is really nice. Look at that. They're not dying immediately. That's really nice. The lings can basically do a lot of damage, and this force is going to be taken out. Meanwhile, we have the mutas just making their way into the base of Satini, trying to do some damage. But we're gonna see, are they gonna do 16 drones currently in the making? Oh my god, it's droning up really heavily right now.
Yeah, and you see the third getting retaken, but still, Satini's got such a lead in the economy right now. Look at the food count, 140 to 114. That is not good, and the vehicle weapons is being researched. These mutas are going to be really necessary in terms of delaying Satini, because he's just so in such a good
Oh
position.
my god, armor being targeted as well. You know what I'd love to see by Satini right now is to make a Thor, because he needs a Thor. Oh my god, the armory is going to go down. He needs to be careful. He's repairing the armory. He needs the armory. A couple of Marines coming into the base to deal with this flock of mutas.
Yeah. Alright, we have a lot of patrolling lings up here in the top, just trying to make sure that no drops can catch this base off guard. Because something that Sleep cannot afford right now is losing those bases, because he's already so far behind. You can see Satini is getting a 4th command center right now in the middle of that field, where he's got even more production facilities coming down.
So we have 16 mutas on the field. The mutas are working their way up the base of Satini once more, trying to do some damage, but there they come. Are they going to do some sufficient amounts of damage? I'm not really sure. There is a missile turret there.
Getting a few shots off. And just so you know, the factory count for Satini is at 4 now. He's got 4 all with tech labs, and he's going to start pushing the front. He can produce so many tanks, Thors, whatever he wants to out of that, and even transition into mech later on if he really just thinks that that could end up being necessary. I don't really know, but four factories is a lot.
Nice drop there, but I mean, these mutas are taking heavy damage here by these Marines. He needs to be careful not to lose any more mutas. His muta number was 16, and right now it's 12 only. He needs to be careful. And this hatchery is taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, a whole group of lings are moving in. They're going to take out this army of Marines, and these medevacs are in danger as well. But guess what? Some more reinforcements coming. There they come, but not enough lings. Mutas, you don't want to engage mutas against Marines, and all of a sudden Sleep looks in a lot of danger.
But here come the Banelings.
Banelings coming into the fray. Oh my god, a lot of Marines being taken out by Banelings, and this is terrible news for Satini.
Not really. Look at the food count. It's 174 to 118. I don't think it cares about trading.
Yes, that is true, but I mean, losing armies like that is really huge. He has his 3rd up, and he's mining from his 3rd, whereas Sleep is not, so that is really giving him a huge advantage for that food difference. But there is a Thor up, and this is exactly what you want to do as a Terran player. When you see that your opponent is going for lane Baneling, you want to go tank and Marines, as well as adding a Thor to your army. And right now, there we go, GG 1-0 for Satini from eSahara.